Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Sunny Winnipeg again. Haven't checked the weather, so I don't know if it's going to stay sunny, but I'm hoping. 5.4 Celsius. Not bad for this time of year. Okay, speaking of USS Enterprise here, I think it was Brian sent a comment, and he drew my attention to the fact that Ryan Szymanski, in his series Battleship New Jersey, which is an excellent series, by the way. Unfortunately, I don't watch it. Well, bits and pieces I do, like I did this morning. So anyway, Brian says that Ryan featured the nameplate of the real Enterprise that we are making. And now, if you go in the comments from yesterday's video and you check for the one for Brian, in my reply, what I did was I inserted a what do you call it? The URL or the link, so that if you click on that, it'll take you right to Ryan Szymanski talking about the Battleship Enterprise. I mean the USS Enterprise. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. All of his stuff is interesting. Anyway, I think the one of the most interesting ones I watched was when he went into a turret and he stood in different places on the inside and described the different stuff that was in there. That was a good one. Okay, enough about that. Maybe we're going to have another battleship on the model table here. I don't know. I'm still hoping that, and I know but once a month I mention this and you're probably sick of hearing it, but I'm still hoping that Trumpeter in China is going to manufacture the sister ship to the Yamato, which was the now it slipped my mind. Anyway, that one. Because Trumpeter did the Titanic, and then a couple of 3 years later they came out with the same ship basically as the Titanic, only I think it was it the Olympic or the Britannic, and anyway one of the other two sister ships, because the hull and most of the stuff they already had. So the Masushi. I probably didn't say that right. Yeah, the Masushi is the sister ship to the Yamato. And from what I've read, it was actually more deluxe, if you want to call it that, than the Yamato was. Now the Yamato, for some reason, got the notoriety, but the Masushi was actually designed for, and it was supposed to be used as a headquarters, you might say, for admirals and stuff like that. In other words, it was probably nicer on the inside. It's really too bad that something like that could not have been preserved. Now, I was thinking about that sort of thing this morning. When I was a kid, we grew up in a very strict society, and our little closed society was very, very strict, and there were some people who would not let their kids build anything to do with like battleships or army tanks or anything like that. When it came to making models, they could make a car, but they couldn't anything to do with World War II stuff or World War I stuff. These people that we associated with, they could not separate bad from good. Something was either all bad or it was all good. There was no reality to it. I mean, they lived in this sort of superstitious world, and I was kind of brought up that way. Like I'm very broad-minded, maybe to a fault. For instance, when you think of who is the worst person in the world, when it comes to your mind, most people will automatically think of Adolf Hitler. And that's because his bad was so horrendous. But I don't think everything he did was bad. And it's too bad that we couldn't, there's people in power right now. I may not like them, but not everything these people do is bad. They do some good stuff. And I think what we have to do is be able to make ourselves accept what is good and discard what is bad. What am I trying to say here? How did I get onto this? Must be that cup. Must be what's in that cup. Smells like coffee. Anyway, we were going to take a close look at this morning. It seems to me that I ended up yesterday's episode by saying I'm kind of tired. I don't want to have to show this to you, but I'll show you this one up close. But this one here, you're going to be seeing it up close because we're going to be trying to get this antenna array on there. Well, one of the viewers made the comment. He said that it would have been better, unless I misunderstood. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I completely misunderstand what somebody's trying to ask me or tell me. But I got the idea that he said that I would have been better off to have had this piece mounted on this piece before I sprayed it. The problem is, how then could I mask it off so that this piece could be sprayed black later? It would have been almost impossible for me. So that's why I did them separately. So we're going to be doing a lot of close-up work, probably with the macro lens even, when we try to get this antenna glued in place on this. What would you call this anyway? Fire director? Yeah, it's because I can see on it here we've got the optical thing for rangefinder. We've got a rangefinder right here. So this was probably some sort of fire director thing. Should I reshoot this opening? It's terrible. They can't all be good. Okay. Yeah, this opening, it's either all bad or all good, right? Well, some of it's good. Let's see. I want to get this so you can see it here. Yeah. So we can. There. Now you can see it. I'm bad for that. Everything's got to be just right, or I'm not happy. I feel kind of start twitching or something. Okay. I've got a Tylenol here. I want to remember to take that. My knees are kind of bothering me. I think it might have something to do with the weather. So I'm planning on going out on my bike this morning, probably about 10:30. I'll take a bit of a break. I'm thinking to myself, where am I going to go? I think if it comes to going for coffee, if someone says to me, you can only go to one place for the rest of your life, so pick it, I'd probably say the McDonald's in Transcona. The parking is good. The run there and back is pretty good. Not too many blind intersections. Hey, how many of you on that motorcycle ride from about, not yesterday's rides, but I think it was the day before. I can't remember which one it was, but I was headed out towards Tim Hortons on Headmaster. Going down Headmaster, and I came to Raleigh, and I think I had just been talking about people running stop signs. And sure enough, there's a car. The car comes along and doesn't realize that I don't have a stop sign. But I am very aware that people are confused by that corner. So I am ready to clamp on the brake. I wasn't going all that fast, but if I hadn't slowed down, I'd have broadsided him or her, whatever the case might be. Yeah. So now how did I get onto that? Okay, I'm getting worser and worser when it comes to keeping my train of thought going here. I think we should get the camera down here on the table and take a close look at this thing, and then we can get into trying to mount our antenna. The black truck. Okay, I was trying to think of what is going to be the best way to try and show you how the paint job came out here. Now you got to remember, this is just one coat. I don't think I'm going to need to put a second coat on. Yeah, I'm not seeing any what you might say really bad glaring spots where the plastic is showing through or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Okay, I finally remembered what it was that I was trying to say when I was talking about Adolf Hitler. Yeah, in other words, just because the point I was trying to get to was just because I make models of battleships and find them fascinating does not mean that I am what you would call a warmonger or anything like that. How can I grab hold of this thing here very carefully so I don't break anything? I want to be able to hold it so I can twist it around. Let me move in a bit. Yeah, so I'm interested in battleship because of the mechanical aspect of it. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. I can turn that around. And yeah, I'm a pacifist to a fault. For instance, let's say somebody was to say, we are going to take you over, and I mean Canada, like I'm Canadian. Now we're gonna take you over, or if you don't join us. Well, I think we would be wrong to not protest. But to what degree do we protest? I don't think I wouldn't want to go to war over it. I mean, those little kids that are outside playing on the street in the summertime, they don't care what flag they wave over their house. They just want to live. But when you protest to the point of throwing missiles back and forth at each other, and with Canada, in Canada's case, if the other country happened to be 8 or 10 times bigger and had the military might of the best in the world, I mean, we would lose anyway, So I would say, yeah, let's have peace, even though it's not the kind of peace that we might want. Now, where is this supposed to attach here? Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, it's in this step here that you can't see. I'll dub the step in. Okay, how did I get going? I'm going to get comments over this episode, that's for sure, because there's going to be people that don't agree with me. And that's okay. You have the right to not agree with me. Okay, I have deliberately got this part at the angle it's at, so that when I superimpose the manual right here, everything will be in the same orientation. Now the idea is, as near as I can tell, this is actually looking forward. This rangefinder right here would be looking out this way. Now this part here, I got to be very careful that I don't squeeze the wrong way too hard. It is supposed to mount on the back here. I should maybe have my other glasses on. Something like this. Okay, we got to glue that on there. That's going to be pretty hard. Well, I'm probably going to be using CA thick, I would think. At least that's the plan right now. Yeah, it's going to have to go something like this. We will put the macro lens on. I'm thinking that if I could tilt this whole thing forward a bit somehow and get it just right so that we can let gravity be our friend and maybe use a holder downward to steady it. And be careful now, I don't break the little railing off there, or that. I wonder what these hoop things are. Were they sort of handholds or what? I don't know. Okay, let's just recompose here and see if we can't maybe rotate this forward. And then, like I say, use the holder downward to hold this in exactly the right place. Yeah, I'm going to have to recompose. Good morning. Good morning. I saw you coming.
Cabbage patch kid.
Oh, yeah. It smells of cooked cabbage, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Are those apples or lemons over there?
Oranges.
Oranges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I opened my fridge door and I was rummaging around getting the carrots and stuff like that that's in that soup that I'm making, and 2 oranges bounced out onto the floor and rolled around, and okay, come on, Missy.
Fullness.
Yeah, so I thought, well, I may as well leave them out.
Missy loves this temperature. Boy, she can go and go and go.
Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday. I guess so. When it gets really cold, she'd have it would have the other effect because it would hurt her paws.
You think so?
I would think so. Yeah, I think the bottom of her paws would probably get frozen. I would think that would hurt, but I'm not a dog, so I don't know. So you know that cat that has the white feet?
Yep.
It caught a rabbit night before last, just right out there by the bite box. There
And the ravens and the magpies are pecking at it at the other end of my balcony.
Yeah, I think it. I watched and I sort of chased it over to the neighbor's garage over there, Danny and Phyllis's garage, and that was the last I could see of anything happening. It was pretty dark.
I looked out this morning and that cat was sitting on the table in the back balcony. I wondered what she was looking at, and then a little while later, a chipmunk was up on the balcony, so that's what it's going to be, chipmunk legs next. Cat's quite a hunter. Hello, Ella.
Oh, there's Ella. Yeah. Bye, Missy.
Rainy.
Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, I'm going to take a bit of a break here, and I'm going to go out and enjoy the sunshine. And I think if I bundle up warm, I should be okay. So we'll see you when I get back. Okay, folks. I know you can't see the clock, but I can. And it is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I have been out twice on the bike since I last talked to you here. And I've swung this thing around about 90 degrees or more, so you can sort of see it from the back. Now, the idea is it's supposed to go, I believe, something like this. Now, I'm wondering if I should maybe try and incorporate the help, or you know what? It seems to me I did something like this once before. I put a little piece of wood or something where my finger is, and I laid one part of the photo etch on the wood, and the other part, yeah, just let me get a little block of wood here and see if how much adjusting I'd have to do to get everything just right. See, the angle has to be right so that when this fire director is perpendicular on the deck, this radar screen is facing forward. Okay, I'm probably going to have to recompose here. But let's put this in here to see how much adjusting of the fire director we have to do, so that when this is oh, you know what, maybe we'll turn this like this. That might make it closer to the way it's supposed to go. Okay, now there you can see what's supposed to happen. Yeah, now I can either raise the block or maybe push the fire director over. Now let's be careful here now. Let's not go breaking anything after all this work. I'm gonna have to push stop and recompose. Okay. I was going to shove the fire director down a little bit, but you know, I could be wrong, but I think it's almost perfect the way I've got it here. Okay, now let's see if we can get a little bit of, what time we got here? Okay, it's 4 minutes after 3, and I've got a lot of editing to do yet. Yeah, I should have been editing when I was out on my quick scoots. But quick scoots are a lot more fun. Winter's coming, folks. Winter's coming, and then we won't be spending a lot of time doing stuff that we're not supposed to. But let's just see if I can just shove this back just a little bit here. Starting to get a little bit shaky. I think I'm going to have to leave this till tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to leave this till tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be back here tomorrow.